Hi, this is MGTV. I'm Michelle Greenman, Women's Wellness Coach, and I teach women how to create a natural, holistic lifestyle so they can recover from chronic illness without drugs, surgery, or crazy diets. Today, I want to talk to you about why you are still sick. Now, this might come off harsh. I know I like to say with my clients, I just want you to hear it first. Try not to get offended. But one of the reasons you are still sick is because it is comfortable. And the bottom line is, if you really wanted to get out of the situation that you were in, you would do whatever it took. Now, the work that I do is especially to make sure that it's easy, to make sure it doesn't take a long time, to make sure you have the support and the steps so that it's fun and, not treachery, to give you that support to keep moving, see those results quickly. However, many times the clients that I'm working with, they've already been doing things to get healthy. And I want to tell you that if you are just kind of watching this video, or you know me or you don't know me, but you haven't really been able to make certain changes in your life, it's because you're comfortable where you are. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's no judgment there. It's just about being honest and taking responsibility. See, if you really wanted to change, you would find a way to change. Can you hear that? The reason that you have it is because the risk or the fear of changing is way bigger than the risk or fear of staying the same. Now, when our risk of staying the same is horrible and really difficult, then we will do whatever it takes to get forward. I wanted to give you a client case in point. She is doing amazing, wonderful things, but when we signed up to start coaching, she was really focused on weight loss, and we've been spending a lot of time talking about a lot of different things in her life and not necessarily losing weight. Now she's maintaining the weight that she lost, which is amazing because before we met, she lost about 100 pounds. But she hasn't made making as big, changes as far as moving forward. One of the reasons is because she wasn't ready. In her mind, there was something that was keeping her from really taking off all that weight, be that fear of success and what that was going to look like, if people were going to look at her different, if she was going to get more attention than she was used to, or if she was just going to expect more from herself than she knew how to do. Now, these are really real things that happen. It happened with me, not around weight, but definitely around my business, where I think about the fact that for a year, I had this government grant that actually helped me to pay my regular bills like rent and food and gas, and how I did not build my business because that risk of kind of being out there and talking to people seemed way bigger than not talking to them. And because I had that kind of security blanket underneath me, I did a lot of the groundwork. I didn't waste the year, I'm not saying that, but I did a lot of the groundwork without actually seeing those successes. When I got to a point where I had no support, I made a little bit more push forward. But the bottom line is, until I kind of had to put my own risk around it, like, not being able to pay bills or not being able to pay rent, that was the only point where it was really worth me to kind of put myself out there and go speak, or put myself out there and call people, or put a different program on, or really get in a vulnerable place when it came to my blogs. Until I had a real reason that gave me a little bit of a flame underneath my behind, I really was too comfortable to really get my goals achieved. And so I really want you guys to kind of be able to hear that. And like I said, not take offense, but to be honest. If one of the reasons you are not healthy is not because everybody else is not helping you, it's not because you don't have enough money, it's not because you don't have the time, it's not because you don't know what to do. Because I can tell you there's lots of people out there in the world who are doing the same work that I'm doing. But I'm doing it, and you know me, you're watching this video. It is not because of those reasons, because you have that type of support. It is because where you are is really comfortable. Now, for those who think it's about money, it's not. Because the bottom line is, not having a place to live is about money. You have to pay rent or you have to pay a mortgage. And what do? You go out and you work every day to afford it. So there is a reason why you're not going out every day to be able to afford to get healthy. And it's not because you don't want to get healthy. It's because it's comfortable. There is some reason why it's more comfortable to be where you are than it is to go where you're going. When you figure that out, things are going to change. Now, I do that type of work with clients over the phone in our first times. When people usually sign up with me, they're already processing through that already, if that makes sense. So usually when people get on the phone with me, they know what they want. They are really, they want it and they become clients. They're like, I want the support to help me get healthier. You have a good plan. Let's do it. But there is a group of you guys that get on the phone with me or that I've called from off my list just to see how you're doing, who are like, I really want to get healthy, but it's not worth it right now. And the reason why I want to push you from that fence position to either I don't want to get healthy or I do want to get healthy is because being on that fence position feels like you're not making a decision. But the decision that you're making is I don't want to get healthy. And every day you get worse and worse and worse. And then one day you're going to be like, oh my goodness, how did I get here? Now it's almost too late. And natural health to me is about not waiting to get to that almost too late position. It is far harder to get better from that position. Conventional medicine is going to give you lots of drugs, which is going to put you in a worse position. Natural medicine is going to feel like way too much work. Now, it's not impossible, but it's a little bit more strenuous than if you just do it now. If you start to put the pieces together into your life to help you get healthier, you will still have that opportunity to feel like you're not really pushing too hard, but really get to that point where you are healthy. And so I just want to encourage you guys, stop being comfortable where you are. Now, if I wanted to give you guys an activity to do, and if you're a client, this is what I would tell you, is write a list of all the things that are going to happen if you stay where you are in the next year, in the next 5 years, and in the next 10 years. If you can see what's really going to happen if you don't change, and you can see that this is way worse than where you are, you'll start to get that motivation to change. You'll start to get that motivation to eat differently. You'll get the motivation to go for a walk. You'll get the motivation to do things. And you'll even get the motivation to go on my website and fill out your information on a little pop-up box so that we can spend some time really making a plan for you. There is nothing keeping you from moving forward except for you. That's the bottom line. And so I encourage you today, make a change. Make some fire underneath your bum. Put some risk behind staying the same, and you will be so motivated to move forward. Now, if you need help with this, don't forget, like what I just said, is go to my website. There's a little pop-up box. Fill in your information. Pick a time. Let's just spend 15 minutes looking at what it is that you can do to move forward next. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, guys, and I will see you next week. Bye.